What is up, YouTube? Zar-Kombat. It is UFC Shanghai. I'm a bit late to the reaction. Missed the entire prelims. I apologize for that, but we are live for the main card. And I'm here to react to the entire main card with you guys. So don't be afraid to drop some comments in the chat. UFC Shanghai, we are live. Walker versus Ming Yang. Can't wait for the for the main event. These Chinese names are hard to pronounce, but I will try my best. First fight of the main card. Tai Lake is making the walk. 4 of his last 4 fights, he's won. Finished 11 wins, 10 by 10 knockouts, which is impressive. 8 first round finishes, and 4 of those under 2 minutes. So he's a very aggressive guy. He likes to stand up. So never seen him fight before, but I am excited to see him fight the 35-year-old Kiefer Cosby. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Yeah, man. Again, guys, it is Zar-Kombat, UFC Shanghai, reacting live. Missed the prelims. I'm sorry for that, but I'm here for the main card, the entire main card, the entire. I think it's 4 hours. I will be here with you guys. So I'm here, man. Bruce Buffer did not make it to China. We've got Joey Martinez to announce the fights. We've got Raju Ahmed saying hi guys. Again, guys, I want to ask if you can see me well. I'm not sure if you can see me well. Please tell me if you can see me well, if you can see me clearly, because my camera's got a bit of a problem. So if there's an issue, I can try and fix that right now. Can you see me well? It is UFC Shanghai. We are watching live. First fight of the main card is about to go down. Both fighters are in the cage. Joey Diaz with the announcement, and Joey Martinez, I'm sorry, with the announcements. Bruce Buffer could not make it to China, but you know, we've got I don't know how to pronounce these Chinese names. Tai Lake fighting the 35-year-old Irishman. The Chinese crowd going crazy for their fighter. Mark Garnard is the referee. Mark Garnard had a lot of controversy last week when he was officiating the Dracus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev fight. A lot of people felt like him letting du Plessis up in that 5th round when Khamzat was controlling him on the ground. He got a lot of hate for that. I thought that was right, since Khamzat Chimaev wasn't really doing any damage with the position he was given. But good to see Mark Garnard in good spirits and not letting the internet hate, put him down. Round 1, Nuraji, hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Nuraji versus Cosby. Nuraji gets the takedown, and Cosby's going for the. He's got a triangle attempt. Again, guys, these are all action fighters. They do not like to. These are all action fighters. They don't really. It's a welterweight bout. Again, Cosby, we have to remember, he's 35 years old. Nuraji is 24 years young. He's one of the youngest fighters on the card. So excited to see what he can do. I think it's his UFC debut. I think it is. I'm not sure, but yeah, 24 years young. UFC debut, fighting a veteran in Cosby. They're still on the ground. Again, Cosby not intent on letting go of the triangle choke. But he's looking for the armbar now. He's not gonna get the armbar. Nuraji throwing heavy elbows on the ground. So answer some of your questions. We've got Raju Ahmed saying, "Where do you live?" I live in South Africa, man. South Africa in Durban. Again, guys, it is Zar-Kombat. If you love the UFC, go and check out my channel, Zar-Kombat, Zar-Kombat. I've got live streams to UFC pay-per-views, UFC fight nights. I've got my reactions. I tell you what's going on in the MMA world, the fights that are going to be coming up. Whatever's hot and fresh in MMA, I've got the scoop. I let you guys in. I break the whatever's going on. I break it down for you guys. So if you love MMA, you love the UFC, go check out Zar Combat. Again, we are reacting to UFC Shanghai. Nuraji and Cosby are still on the ground. Nuraji throwing heavy elbows. It's round one. With 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the first round. Nuraji might get the finish here on the ground. Throwing, oh, illegal knee. That's an illegal knee. He threw an illegal knee. He threw an illegal knee on the ground. Cosby is hurt bad. He threw an illegal knee on the ground, man. The fight maker, this might be it, man. This might be it. I want to hear what's gonna happen. We're in timeout right now. Nuraji threw an illegal knee on the ground. You cannot throw a knee to a grounded opponent. How does he not know that? Again, it is his UFC debut, so he might be a bit nervous. But you gotta remember the rules, man. You cannot throw a knee to a grounded opponent. They might end the fight here. Cannot throw a knee to a grounded opponent. It's the rules. How can you not remember the rules? UFC Shanghai, we're live. It is Zar-Kombat. Crazy, man. I think it's around, what time is it now? I've never got to watch the UFC live this early for us. Normally it plays on Sunday around 2 a.m. So watching it live, okay, Mark Garnett is deducting 1 point. The fight is not over. It will continue. But yeah, man, Nuraji with the illegal knee, they took 1 point away from him. So hopefully he doesn't foul Cosby again. Gets the takedown. Crosby gets back up. That was crazy, man. That was such a devastating knee. Let's read some of the comments. We've got Irisha saying hi. What is up? Hope you guys are well. Oh, Nureji with the elbows. Elbows. He might get the job done. These are heavy elbows on the ground. This might be done. This might be it. Mark Garner's about to finish the fight. Mike Garner calls the fight. It's over. Nuraji gets the finish. Nuraji gets the finish in front of his people. He threw heavy elbows on the ground, and the fight's over. I do not think that Crosby recovered from the yeah, Crosby wasn't able to recover from that illegal knee. He was still hurt. He should have taken the entire 5 minutes to recover well. He chose to fight, and he lost the fight. That's gonna be a tough loss for him. Flying back to Ireland with the loss, knowing he could have taken, the entire 5 minutes to recover. He chose not to. He got finished. The fight's over. Crazy. Those were brutal elbows against the cage. Brutal elbows against the cage. Nuraji gets the job done in front of his people. Crazy. Again, boys, it is Zar-Kombat. We're live. UFC Shanghai. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Nuraji gets the finish. If you are not watching UFC Shanghai right now, I do not know what you're doing. Nuraji gets the finish. In what was a crazy 1 round fight. It was a first round TKO. Crazy. Nuraji throws an illegal knee. Crosby decides to not take the entire 5 minutes given to him. And unlucky for him, Nuraji comes out, guns blazing. He takes him down against the cage, throws some heavy elbows against the cage, and the fight's over. The fight's done. Insane. But yeah, man, that's a solid win for Nuraji. That's the type of victory you want to get when you're making your UFC debut. You wanna impress the crowd. You wanna impress the bosses, Dana White, Hunter Campbell, all these guys that are behind what the UFC are today. You wanna impress the bosses, and you wanna make a statement. You wanna show the division, whatever division you're on. If you're making your debut, you wanna make sure that the division knows that you're coming. The division knows that you're not here to play. You're here to win. But yeah, Nuraji gets the W. Let's hear the official decision. Nuraji gets the first round TKO in what was an insane fight for as long as it lasted. Yeah. UFC Shanghai, we are live. UFC Shanghai. Nuraji gets the finish. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Tell me below. Nuraji gets the first round TKO. It was a solid fight for him. Got the illegal knee. Got the point deducted away from him, but still managed to come out guns blazing and get the finish. That's the type of fighter you want to be when you're at the UFC. You want to show these new guys, whoever's in your division, that you're coming for the win. You're a solid fighter. You know how to recover well. That was a nice victory from him, man. A nice debut. Solid debut. Crowd going crazy for Nuraji, man. Crowd going crazy for Nuraji. Obviously, he's in front of his people. It's hyped. I must say, Nuraji doesn't. He's big for the division. He fights at welterweights. Really, kind of looks like it looks like a middleweight. But yeah, solid debut. Can't wait to see more from him. UFC Shanghai, we are live. UFC is in China today. Thankfully for us African fans, we can finally watch the UFC like normal people in America do. Which is good for us. Never had to watch the UFC early on Saturday. So that's a nice change. Again, guys, it is the UFC Shanghai live stream. We are live for the entirety of the main card. Did not get to watch the prelims. They were I didn't even know it was live. I thought it was going to be earlier today. And then I was on Instagram and I'm scrolling on Instagram and it turns out that what's his name? Kyle what's his name? The guy with the brother at welterweights. No, at heavyweights. Kyle Dukas. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Kyle Dukas got the victory over Michael Pereira. So I'm on Instagram and I'm reading this. I'm like, wasn't this supposed to happen later today? And then I opened the TV. UFC's live. Man, I can't believe I missed the prelims. I didn't even get to record them to watch them later. But the prelims looked like they were a bit solid. There were a lot of fights that were cool on the prelims. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the prelims. But I also saw on Instagram that Chris Johnson got the win over Kavanaugh. I did have Chris Johnson winning, maybe not by KO, but he got the KO victory over Kavanaugh, who is by far one of the biggest signings in the UFC's in the UFC right now. So Chris Johnson, you can never cut out Chris Johnson. Okay, you gotta remember, guys. Chris Johnson was the first guy. I think he's the one and only guy to knock out Joshua Van. Joshua Van fighting for the belt next against Alexandre Pantoja. So hopefully we can see Chris Johnson get a few wins in the rankings and see him in the top 10 at 125. I mean, if you're able to knock out Joshua Van has been in there with Brandon Royval and all these other guys at 125, and they weren't able to get him out there. And if you're in the top 15, I think Chris Johnson is the number 13th ranked flyweight in the world right now. If you're number 13 and you beat the number one guy in your division, the guy that's fighting for belts, and not only did you beat him, but you knocked him out. You knocked him out. I think that allows you to get a chance at fighting top 10. Like Chris Johnson, as much as I did not get to watch his fights again, guys, I did not get to watch his fights. I didn't even know the UFC was on until I was on Instagram. I thought it was going to be later during the day. But luckily for us in South Africa, I think the time zone between South Africa and China, it's kind of similar. So I think our time zone is earlier than China, but luckily for us, man, we get to watch the UFC earlier than usual. But again, I was still talking about Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson KO'd Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh was looking good from what I heard. Didn't get to watch the prelims, but I think he was looking good. But Kavanaugh, man, Chris Johnson, you can never count him out. You know, as long as he's got that mullet in the back of his head, you can never count him out of a fight. He did get the KO victory over Kavanaugh. I think he deserves to get a top 10 opponent next in the flyweight division. I mean, the UFC has to give him a shot at anyone in the top 10. Anyone in the top 10 that's willing to fight Chris Johnson right now, they gotta give him that fight. Chris Johnson, the only guy to KO Joshua Van. So I'm hoping to see him fight in the top 10 soon. For those of you watching live right now, it is the UFC Shanghai live stream. Johnny Walker is in the building. He's making the walk. He has entered the arena. He's staring me down through the camera. Crazy. He's in the building. He's about to get knocked out. I've got Ming Yang. Um, we've got Ming Yang. Ming Yang has entered the building. The crowd is going crazy for Ming Yang. Zhang Ming Yang, the 14th ranked light heavyweight in the world. Chinese crowd going crazy for him. Yo, we've got Khabib in the chat asking me where I was hiding. I was busy, bro. I've got work, man. I was busy. But I had to be live for UFC Shanghai, man. UFC Shanghai, we are live. Khabib, how are you, man? Missed you, man. Always love your comments. We've got man, these Chinese names are so hard to pronounce. Surujami, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's back. The last time I saw him fight was I've got a baby in the house, so forgive me for the noise. So Surujami, last time I saw him fight was a couple weeks ago, I think. No, last time I saw him fight was against what's his name? He had an epic fight at flyweights. I'm not sure who it was against, but he had an epic fight and it was a bloodbath. I remember he got submitted. He was winning the entire time, and then I don't know where he got submitted. So it's good to see him back, and he's fighting in front of his people. So yeah. Okay, man, I gotta go back to Khabib. Khabib is always commenting on my live stream. He's always here for my live stream. I missed you, dog. Got another comment from him. Look, brother, I am not insulting you or blaming you for the last comments. Of course, I know you're not insulting me, man. I know you're just you're rage baiting me. I know you're joking, man. Relax. I know you're joking. But where was I? I was kind of busy, man. I haven't gotten the time to kind of drop any new comments. I mean, drop any I didn't get the chance to drop any new videos this week. It's been a busy week for me, but I'm always here for the live. I did promise to be here for the live stream. UFC China, we're live. It's a big one, man, and I didn't even know it was live. I think Khabib, the last time you told me you're from Libya or Algeria, I think it was. What time is it in your country? Because I didn't expect the UFC to be live this early. You know, missed you, my friend. We've got home hits, Mo hits, 777 saying, "Hey, hi, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I remembered. I remembered you're from Algeria. I remembered you're from Algeria. Again, for those of you that are new in the chat, I am South African. It is Zar-Kombat, Zarkombat. If you're new to the stream, do not be scared. Comment below. You've got questions on the fights and you just want to chat. Comment below. I'm a friendly guy. We're watching UFC Shanghai. We're live. I'm reacting to the fights, but also interacting with you guys. And if you're new, please subscribe. I need to get my subscribers up. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this month, which is by next week. So yeah, man, subscribe, and I hope you guys are well, man. Hope you're well wherever you're at. Suraj is making the walk in front of his crowd. The crowd going insane for his people. I know this is gonna be a war. I know this is gonna be a war. Sumudaraji. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Sumudaraji. He's the only active Chinese flyweight on the roster right now. He's got Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber against. He's got Uriah Faber in his corner. He's always in there to put on the best fights. His fights are always amazing. So I cannot wait for this one. Not sure who he's fighting, but I know it's gonna be hype. I'm very hyped. Who do I got for Jake Paul versus Javante Davis? That's interesting. That is interesting because it's not a real fight. I mean, they are going to be boxing, they are going to be punching each other in the face, but it's an exhibition. So it's kind of like what Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson was. It was an exhibition. It wasn't a pro fight. It's an exhibition. So I just think both guys are gonna come out. They're gonna spar for however many rounds it is. They're not gonna fight each other. They're not gonna try and hurt each other. They're just gonna spar for millions of people around the world, and they're gonna get a whole lot of money for just touching each other on the face. So to be honest with you, Khabib, I don't really care about that fight. I'm not gonna be watching that fight. That's for sure. Cause I know I'm not gonna. I know it's not gonna be a real fight. They're not gonna. They're not gonna fight for real. It's an exhibition. They're just scamming the world again. You know, Jake Paul, he was always scamming the world, man. He scammed the world against Mike Tyson, fighting, an old man, and then now he's fighting a guy that's like 5 divisions down his weight class, and they signed a contract to spar in front of the whole world. It's not even a real fight. If it was a pro fight, then I would be excited because I knew that both guys would be taking each other seriously. But I don't believe it's gonna be a real fight. I think they're just gonna come out there. They're gonna run around the box. They're gonna run around the ring. They're gonna spar each other. I think the fight is 10 rounds, or the exhibition, because it's not a real fight. The exhibition is around 10 rounds. They're just gonna spar each other, and then that's gonna be it, man. Like, to anyone who's excited about that fight, I don't want to ruin your guys' hype for that fight, but it won't be a real fight. It's just an exhibition. But yeah, again, guys, we are live. UFC Shanghai. Round one, hey, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. His Chinese names are so difficult to pronounce. But it is round one, second fight of the main card. We've got Dera, Sumudaraji versus Bojas. It is a flyweight fight. Forgive me for the noise. It is a flyweight fight. Both guys fighting at the southpaw. Okay, Bodas is now switching his stance. He's coming out in the orthodox position. Are you guys watching the fights right now? Heavy low kick by Sumudairage. Again, I forgive. Please, guys. I hope I'm pronouncing these guys' names correctly. These Chinese names are so hard to pronounce. For those of you new in the chats, UFC Shanghai, we're live. We're reacting live. It is Zar-Kombat. Please subscribe to the channel if you love MMA, you love the UFC. I'm the guy you want to subscribe to, man. I've got everything you want to know, man. Lives, I've got everything you want to watch on MMA, on the UFC live streams. I'll tell you the fights that are gonna happen in the next couple months. Yeah, man. The crowd going crazy for their guy, Suradeji. Not much is going on. Is going on in the first round. But with 3 minutes and 15 seconds into round one, I was hoping it'd be a bit more action right now. But both guys are still feeling each other out, bouncing around the cage. Still round one. We've got 2 more rounds to work. Suradeji with the high kick attempt, jab, misses. But yeah, man, Khabib, I want to know who do you have in Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis? I don't really care about that fight, to be honest with you. It's gonna be an exhibition fight, so it's not a real fight. They're just gonna come out there, they're gonna spar for 5 rounds or however many rounds the fight is, and they're gonna make a whole lot of money for fooling the world. That's for sure. The same thing that happened with Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is what's gonna happen with Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. They're just gonna spar around. That's all. UFC Shanghai, we're live. Sumudairage versus Borja. Sumudairage, obviously Chinese, the only Chinese fighter at flyweight. Borjas with the takedown attempt. Sumudairage against the cage, refusing to go down. Solid takedown defense from Sumudairage. Solid. Khabib saying he doesn't see. I see that Davis doesn't care about Jake. He just wants money. Exactly, man. See, my opinion on that. I feel like if Gervonta Davis would have, I'll be back right now. Again, man. If Gervonta Davis really cared about fighting Jake Paul, or if he cared about boxing, I feel like he'd be fighting someone that's a contender for his belt. That's what he really needed to do. He needed to fight someone that's a contender for his belt to show that he still does care about boxing. Or if not, then he should have at least rematched. What's his name? His last fight was a draw, if you remember. His last fight was a draw against Roach. I think that's the other guy's nickname. Yeah, I think that's the fight that he should have had. Rematching the last fights he had because it was a draw. Arguably lost that fight, or he should have fought another contender for the belt. You know what I mean? Not fighting Jake Paul, who's got like 200 pounds on him. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. UFC Shanghai were live. That Suru Derij with the spinning back kick to end round one. But yeah, man. So with regards to Javante Davis versus Jake Paul, man, I just think it's a it's 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 just a fake fight, in my opinion. It's just a money grab for both guys. If they really wanted to care about, if they really wanted to show that, if they really cared about boxing, they'd be fighting guys in their own division, guys that can actually do something for their legacy and not an exhibition that means nothing for boxing. But it's two big names. A lot of people are gonna make a lot of money from them. They're gonna make a lot of money from that fight. So yeah, man. I mean, it is a business. At the end of the day, you gotta make as much money as you can, whilst you're still in that business. So I don't know, man. I'm not really interested in that fight. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about Jake Paul versus Javante Davis. October 4th, Pereira's back. He's fighting Ankalaev. Marab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. And my favorite fights at UFC 320 is Khalil Roundtree versus Jerry Prohaska. Cannot wait for that fight. I'm more excited about that fight than I am for the two belts that are going to be online in Las Vegas on October 4th. Oh, timeouts. I didn't see what happened. What happened? Timeout. I think it was an eye poke. Yeah, it was an eye poke. Suru Derich threw an eye poke. Accidental. He was going for the takedown. Ah, that was bad. He was reaching for the leg, but at the same time, kind of, I think he was attempting a. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but he poked his eye. I think Borach is gonna take a couple minutes here. He should take the couple minutes off because we saw what happened in the other fights. The other guy got kneed in the face. He did not take the timeout. And what happened after then? He got KO'd. So you've got to take the timeouts. I mean, you're already given 5 rounds. So, I mean, 5 minutes to recover. So why not take the entire 5 rounds? I mean, at the end of the day, these guys are fighting to not just entertain us, but, you know, they've got family, they've got kids. It's their lives, you know. Plus, with the UFC, I think if you lose, you don't get the win bonus. So everybody wants to go home with a bit more money. So I think Borjas here should take the entire 5 minutes to recover well. The crowd are booing him, but who cares what the crowd thinks? Okay, he's not gonna take the entire 5 minutes. He's gonna take 1 minute and 44 seconds. He's back. The fight is back on. He should have took the entire 5 minutes. That's for sure. Oh, sidekick. Nice sidekick by Suru Derich. Round two. We're 4 minutes in. You know, we're a minute into the into the second round. Suru Derich with a nice sidekick. Nice sidekick. Heavy left hand from Suru. Oh, right hook. That's a nice right hook from Suru Derich. Borgias and Suruderi. I'm sorry, guys. So it's a bit of an event that my family is going to, so there's a bit of noise here. Um, what do I think of? What do you think about the outcome of Nkalive versus Alex fights? I think this is a difficult fight to predict. By far, the biggest fights to predict is Pereira versus Ankalaev. To be honest with you, man, I haven't really thought much about that fight, but I am gonna be biased. I want to see Pereira get the belt back. Ankalaev, my little brother's got a thing that he's going to, so there's a bit of noise here. Um, so with Pereira versus Ankalaev, man, I think I want to see Pereira obviously win that fight, but I don't know, man. I feel like Ankalaev, he's got a lot of momentum on him this time. That first fight, he really shut Alex Pereira down. I mean, I really shut Pereira down. Ankalaev really shut Pereira down in that fight. He couldn't strike with Ankalaev. And so I don't really see him having. I don't really see Pereira beating Ankalaev in the rematch, man. I don't see Pereira beating Ankalaev. I want him to win, obviously. Pereira saved the UFC in 2024. I think he had like 3 KOs. Was the fights of the year in 2024. But I don't know, man. Pereira's old. He's about to be 40 years old. So that means he's gonna move slower. He's not gonna be as fast as he used to be. So I think Ankalaev gets the W, man. I'm not sure. I really do hope that somehow, some way, Pereira gets the KO. But I think Ankalaev is gonna get the W. I don't want to say that. It hurts me predicting that Pereira's gonna lose, but you've got to be realistic, man. I mean, like the first fights, Pereira couldn't do anything, man. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even land a single strike on Ankalaev. Maybe he was hurt and he's gonna recover and he's gonna come back and win. Who knows? But I hope Pereira wins. I don't have an official prediction yet, but I hope Pereira wins, man. 15 seconds left in round two. I think Suruderic has won this round. Yeah. Ankalaev is a beast in every sense of the word. Yeah, man, he is a beast. Like that first fight he had with Pereira, he really shut him down, man. Really shut Pereira down. I don't know whether Pereira is getting old and Pereira's got a lot of money now, guys. I mean, people have to remember Pereira. He made a lot of money. I think every time he fights, he gets like $3 million, and he fought like I think it was 3 times last year. So he made $6 million last year alone. Plus, he's one of the biggest stars in the world. He's acting in movies now. I heard he was shooting a movie while he was getting ready to fight Ankalaev. So he doesn't have like his entire focus is not on MMA anymore. We kind of have to take that into getting this prediction done. So if his focus is not on MMA 100% anymore, and he's making money outside of the UFC. I mean, Alex Pereira, I was watching his Instagram. He's I think he's acting now. He's fighting on October 4th, and he's still shooting a movie. He did the same thing when he was fighting in Goliath for the first time. Was going out to concerts and watching Drake and doing seminars around the world whilst he was preparing to fight for Ankalaev. You know what I mean? So I think the superstar, like becoming a UFC superstar, has kind of got to his head. So that's why I have Ankalaev winning that fight. I don't see Pereira getting the victory unless maybe he gets a left hand somehow. But in that last fight, Ankalaev looked really, really faster than Pereira. So I don't see that happening. I hope it does. I hope Pereira somehow gets the W, but I don't see it happening. But yeah, man, round three, Suruderic versus Borjas. Um, Suruderic with the home crowd advantage. The crowd is going crazy for him. Suruderic with a nice straight left hook. Nice high kick by Suruderic. Oh, yeah, man. Suruderic is styling on Borjas right now. It's a fun fight at flyweights. Heavy, heavy side kick from Suruderic. Oh, Suruderic with the takedown. Again, guys, we are live. UFC Shanghai. They're against the cage right now. Not much going on. Yeah, this is not gonna win him the fights. Holding him against the cage is not gonna win him the fights. He's gotta go in there and try and get the finish. UFC Shanghai live stream. We are live, boys. Let me know who you've got in the main events. It's a big one. Walker versus Ming Jing. We've got what's his name? The Whites, Francis Ngannou, who's gonna be making the walk next. Sergio Pavlovich is in the building, and then we've got Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. Who will I support, Islam or Jack Della Maddalena? To be honest with you, I love both guys. I'm a fan of both men. I don't know who I want to win that fight, man. I do not know who I want to win that fight. Obviously, if Makachev wins, we can hopefully see or get to watch. If Islam Makachev wins, then maybe we can finally get to see Makachev versus Ilya Topuria. But I'm a big fan of Jack Della Maddalena. I don't want to see another Dagestani getting the belts. Like Islam Makachev, he's a fun Dagestani fighter. He's not like the other guys. But Jack Della Maddalena, man, has one of the best striking in the UFC right now. I like him. I like how he doesn't touch the other guy's hand before they fight. It's just like, nah, I'm not gonna touch your hand. We're gonna fist fight right now. But to be honest with you, I'm gonna support Jack Della Maddalena because he is the best thing to happen in the welterweight division right now. But I think Makachev is gonna win. I think the grappling is gonna be too much. The wrestling is gonna be too much for Maddalena. Yeah, I think Maddalena will lose. I want Jack Della Maddalena to KO Islam Makachev, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I do not think that's gonna happen. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight. 20 seconds left in round three. Suruderic with a heavy, heavy elbow to end the third round. Wow, there was a heavy elbow, heavy elbow. You're excited for Islam versus Topuria. Yeah, man. Islam Makachev versus Ilya Topuria. We all want to see that fight, but yeah, Islam really has to get through Jack Della Maddalena first if we want to see that fight. And to be honest with you guys, that might not happen. I think people are underestimating Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena is gonna bring in Craig. What's his name? Craig Paul or Paul Craig or no, not Paul Craig. That's that jiu-jitsu guy from Australia um that helped what's his name? That helped Alexander Volkanovski prepare for Makachev. But I guess the only reason why people are supporting Makachev is because they want to see him fight Ilya Topuria, which would be a very very big fight. Some people say that the scenarios that happened in the Khabib and corner fights will happen in their fights. What do you mean? You mean like the fighting? You mean like the fighting after the fight's done? If that's what you mean, then that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Khabib versus Conor was very very different. Like Khabib versus Conor, man, that was so personal. I mean, Khabib slapped Conor's friend, and then Conor, tried to hit Khabib while he was in the bus, and he disrespected his like his family and stuff. So I don't think that's not gonna happen. I mean, like they're not gonna hate each other. Islam Makhachev and Ilya Topuria, but it will be a fun fight. Islam Makhachev versus Ilya Topuria would definitely be the biggest fight in like the last 5 years. Definitely, it would be a massive, massive fight for the UFC. I mean, Topuria is like the biggest star in Europe right now, I think, and obviously Makachev has got like one of the biggest stars ever in the UFC. So you put those two guys, and then put those two guys in the cage together, two biggest stars in the division or in the UFC right now, and imagine this: Ilya Topuria has the lightweight belts. Islam Makhachev has the welterweight belt. Champion versus champion for the pound for pound best fighter in the world. That's one of the best fights ever. So that's the real reason why we all want to see that fight. So hopefully Makachev can get the victory over Madalena, and Topuria wins his next fight, and we can finally see that fight. But to be honest with you, man, I want to see Jack Della Maddalena beat Makachev because I want to see him. I like Jack Della Maddalena as the champion. If anything, I think Islam Makhachev should have fought Ilya Topuria at 155. But we're gonna have to wait and see, man. In November, that's when the fight is happening. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev, November 22nd, I think. UFC 322. So I cannot wait for that one for the welterweight belts. Again, guys, it is UFC Shanghai. We're live streaming UFC Shanghai. It is Zar-Kombat, the live stream for UFC Shanghai. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about MMA, all about UFC. Again, guys, subscribe, um, like, and go check out my videos, man. Zar-Kombat, Zarkombat. Suruteric got the victory in front of his people. It was a fun fight at flyweights. I enjoyed that fight. And then up next, it's a welterweight fight between Sergey Pavlovich versus Valdo Acosta, which is going to be a fun one at heavyweights. Sergey Pavlovich hasn't had the best fights in the UFC since he lost to Alexander Volkov. But hopefully, this is a fun fight for him next. He's got a guy that's going to stand up with him, a guy that he can beat. I want to see Sergey Pavlovich get the victory, man. Like, I miss when he used to knock people out. Hopefully, he can get it done. UFC Shanghai live stream. Oh, wow. I was watching a trailer. It turns out that Bad Bunny, the rapper, the musician, is an actor now. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, man. UFC Shanghai, man. Do you guys got any questions? Chimaev wanted to fight Islam, but Islam replied, "That is a fight that will never happen." I mean, yeah, I mean, Islam Makachev is being realistic. Islam Makachev versus Khamzat Chimaev will never happen, and that's only one reason for that. It's because Khamzat Chimaev will never make welterweights ever again. He can't. He can't. I mean, he keeps. To be honest, man, I think Khamzat Chimaev, he keeps mentioning Islam Makachev because he knows that he's a much bigger star than he is. And Khamzat Chimaev, as we all know, he likes to talk a lot, you know. He likes to talk a lot, and the only way to keep himself in the headlines is to talk about him fighting Islam Makachev, and that's not gonna happen. Khamzat Chimaev will never make welterweights ever again in his career. That's a fact. And definitely, uh, if Islam Makachev gets the welterweight belt, he's not gonna move up to welterweight. He's not gonna move up to middleweight because I heard that Khabib said that Islam Makachev has like 3 fights left, so he's most likely gonna win if everything goes to the way that Islam Makachev is planning. He likely wins his fights in November. He defends the belts against Ilya Taporia, most likely. Give us the fights that we want to see. And then one more fight at welterweight, and I think he retires. That's the reality. Islam Makachev versus Khamzat Chimaev will never happen. That's for sure. Who do I have winning, Walker or Zhang? Definitely Zhang, Ming Yang. First round, KO. First round KO. Obviously, Johnny Walker doesn't have the best chin in the UFC. He's been knocked out a number of times. Ming Yang also doesn't have the best defense in the UFC, but I think he has more of a chance of knocking out Johnny Walker than Johnny Walker has a chance of knocking out Zhang. I think Zhang is going to get the W. He's fighting in front of his people. He's got a lot of pressure on him. You know, his family and friends are in the crowd watching him. They're going to watch him fight live. So I think he's gonna turn that pressure into gold, and he's gonna win in front of his people. You've got Tony Ferguson in the chat asking me, "Is it live now?" Yeah, man, it's live. And what's crazy is like I woke up this morning and I'm on Instagram, and see that what's his name, Kyle Dukas or whatever his name is, got a KO, and I was like, man, like wasn't he supposed to fight later today? And then I turned on the TV and it's actually live. Like I missed the prelims. I'm so mad. I missed the prelims, man, and I heard that what's his name, Chris Johnson, KO'd Kavanaugh. I was so excited to watch that fight live, and I missed that fight. Like I missed the entire prelims, but I'm here for the main card. Again, guys, I am in South Africa, so I'm not used to watching the UFC this early. Normally, we watch the UFC at like 2 a.m. on Sunday. So to watch the UFC at 1 a.m., no, 1 p.m., see it's broad daylight. You can see it's daylight right now. I always watch the UFC in the morning, so it's broad daylight, 1 p.m. right now. I'm watching Sergey Pavlovich make the walk. He's about to get the KO. Um, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice, man. It's nice watching the UFC at normal time. You know, I can scream if someone gets the KO. I'm not gonna get yelled at by my neighbors, and they're not gonna tell me that I'm waking them up. So if Sergey Pavlovich gets the KO, I'm gonna scream so loud because I know no one is gonna tell me that I'm interrupting their sleep, and you know what I mean. Like I'm a hardcore MMA fan, hardcore UFC fan. So if whoever gets the KO and finishes the fight, like I scream, man. Sergey Pavlovich is tied for the fifth most first round knockouts in the UFC history. Um, Sergey Pavlovich hasn't had the best last few performances. I think after fighting Alexander Volkov, his fought I think twice, and it wasn't the best performances. Hopefully, Valdo Cortez Acosta brings out the animal and Sergey Pavlovich, who has a 4-inch reach advantage over Acosta. So yeah, man, it's a winnable fight for Sergey Pavlovich. I want to see him win. Um, yeah. Again, to those of you that are new in the chats, it is UFC Shanghai. We're reacting live. Zar-Kombat. Again, guys, please subscribe. If you love MMA, you love the UFC. I've got a whole lot of live reactions to pay-per-views. I'll tell you fights that are gonna be happening live soon. If you love MMA, you love the UFC, subscribe to my channel. You're not gonna be disappointed. Let me read a few comments before Sergey Pavlovich gets the KO fast. The event started at 8 a.m. in the morning for us in the UK. Bro, I'm in South Africa and it started at 9 p.m. No, 9 a.m. It started at 9 a.m. and I didn't even know. I literally woke up this morning and I'm on Instagram and, they're telling me that there's these crazy fights going on in China. I was like, wasn't this supposed to happen later during the day? I thought that maybe they were watching. I don't get to see Road to the UFC, so I thought maybe they were watching UFC, Road to the UFC China. But turns out it was the prelims. Um, the fighting corner dropped me a sub. Thank you, my brother. Tony Ferguson asking me if I like Dracus Duplessis. Go check out my reaction to Dracus almost getting the submission over Khamzat Chimaev. Just go check out my channel, man. I really love Duplessis. He's still the African GOAT. He's South Africa's champion. He's the African GOAT forever. And I know you're gonna hate me for this comment. He beats Khamzat Chimaev in the rematch. I said that. Okay, Sergey Pavlovich versus Acosta. It's a heavyweight fight. Someone's about to get knocked out. I am not reading the comments right now. I'm not even blinking. Pavlovich is about to get the KO. He's making his reads. He's making his reads. Yeah, man. Sergey Pavlovich has the longest hands in the UFC heavyweight division by a long shot. The whites, Francis Ngannou, Sergey Pavlovich versus Acosta. Um, okay, so a minute into the first round, nothing has happened. It's a heavyweight fight, so both guys kind of have to make their reads. One touch and it's all over. Let's see how Pavlovich is about to throw that right hand. He's looking to throw that right hand. Okay, Acosta with the left. Acosta being very aggressive but strategic. He's not taking any chances. Oh, headbutt! It was a headbutt. It was a headbutt. It was a heavy headbutt by both men. Heavy low kick by Acosta. Oh, yeah. Sergey Pavlovich got the right hand there. I didn't see him land the right hand. Tony Ferguson asking me what fight is going on right now. It's Sergey Pavlovich versus Valdez Acosta. They're slinging. Yeah, man, they're swinging. It's a heavyweight bout. Feels like something big is about to happen. Again, guys, make sure to subscribe. You love the UFC, you love MMA. Subscribe to at Zar-Kombat. Drop the sub. Sergey Pavlovich versus Acosta. Someone's about to get knocked out. They're exchanging jabs to the body right now. Oh. We've got Khabib saying, make us watch with you. I can't, man. Listen, if I make you watch with me, then, like, if I show you what's going on, um, they're gonna flag my live stream. So I can't do that, man. Sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to. No! Sergey Pavlovich with the left hook. And he goes for. Sergey Pavlovich had him hurt, and he chose to try and take him down. He didn't get the takedown though. Sergey Pavlovich with the jab. Listen, I'm gonna find a way to be able to make you guys watch the fight live with me soon. I'm getting a laptop later this week, so hopefully I can try and figure that out. Oh, right hand by Sergey Pavlovich. I was thinking maybe of like putting a mirror right here, but I think the UFC are gonna they're gonna shut me down if I do that. So I can't really take that chance, man. But I will let you in on some news. Listen, if you've got like a second phone or you've got like a laptop or whatever, go make sure to watch Stream East. Stream East. That's where you can watch the UFC for free. Wherever you are in the world, go check out Stream East. That's where I used to watch all my UFC for free. Whenever my TV is broken and I can't watch on TV, I just get on the phone and I go watch Stream East and I can watch the UFC for free there. So yeah. Oh, uppercut by Sergey Pavlovich. Can't believe we're gonna make it out of the first round, man. I thought someone was gonna get knocked out. But yeah, man, 5 seconds left in round one. I think Sergey Pavlovich won the first round for sure. Yeah, I think the fight's gonna go to the distance now. We went the entire first round. I was hoping for an early first round KO. Um, yeah. Khabib saying he's sad that he was sad for Duplessis. I know you're trolling, bro. You told me that Khamzat was gonna win, and he won. Khamzat has the worst style in the UFC right now. I don't know how people are happy with him being champion, but hopefully he can make up for his performance against Duplessis and he fights regularly and he gets more finishes. Because that fight's against Dricus, man, holding a guy down for 22 minutes and not even attempting a finish, it's just pathetic. You know, I don't want to be cruel, but it's just pathetic, you know. Holding a man down for 22 minutes and not trying to get a submission or a finish and just kind of tapping him on the head. I don't know why guys like him, but yeah, it was a good for you, Khabib. I know you're happy that Khamzat won. Um, yeah, man, round two, Sergey Pavlovich versus Cortez Acosta. Oh, heavy uppercut by Acosta. Sorry about that, guys. Listen, I'm gonna try something out here. I'm gonna try and get a mirror for you guys, so you can hopefully be able to watch the fight live with me. So just do not leave the chats. And I also don't want to do this because I'm taking a big chance, but because I love you guys and you're all subscribing, hopefully you guys are subscribing to my channel. I'm gonna take a big chance here, and I'm gonna try and try and make sure you watch this fight live with me. Man, like Sergey Popovich and Acosta are throwing hands right now. I'm even scared to leave because I might miss a KO. But I'm just stay in the chat. Yes, I'm back, boys. No one got knocked out. I do not know if this is gonna work. But as you can see, we are watching UFC Shanghai live. Oh, Yeah, man, these guys are slinging right now. So I'm gonna try and kind of, I don't know how this is even gonna work or if you can see what's going on, but I think I think that's more than enough for you guys, right? Hopefully you can see the fights. Uh, and the only proper way to thank me is to subscribe because I'm taking a big chance, man. I'm taking a big chance. I don't really have a good mirror. This is the best thing I could find right now because I do not want to miss this fight. Anyone could get knocked out. Um, hopefully you can see properly. I think that's good, but yeah, I'm gonna try not to block you as much as possible. But again, guys, for those of you new in the chats, UFC Shanghai, we're live, trying to get the proper angle, and yeah, now you can watch with me. And if this live stream gets cancelled, I'm blaming all of you guys for peer pressuring me into breaking the law. UFC might cancel me, but because I like you guys, you better subscribe to my channel. You better subscribe. So yeah, man, Sergey Pavlovich versus Acosta. I'm not gonna turn up the volume because when the UFC hears like the background, when they can hear the background, they normally they cancel the live stream. So yeah, just bear with me, guys. Tony Ferguson saying, "I hate grappling. I like jiu-jitsu on the ground." Yeah, man, the grappling. I'm not really a big fan of the grappling myself. If you're gonna grapple, man, I mean, you should, attempt to kind of, finish the guy on the ground. If you're just gonna hold him down there, then you know you're wasting our time. No one wants to see two grown men hugging each other. Yeah, man, these heavyweight fights is not what I expected. Oh, Acosta throwing heavy. It was a nice exchange. Jab attempt by both men. I was hoping I'd see Sergey Pavlovich being nice left hook by Sergey Pavlovich. I was hoping Sergey would take more risk in this fight because he really needs the KO. He really needs the KO victory. If he wants the UFC to see him as a dangerous UFC fighter again, he needs to KO Acosta. I can already see what's his name, Hunter Campbell, cage side, getting irritated by this fight. It's a heavyweight fight, so we expect the heavyweights to really, really try and knock each other out. Um, yeah. UFC Shanghai, we are live. We're watching Sergey Pavlovich versus Valdo Cortez Acosta. Not the best heavyweight fights, but I don't know, man. I miss the old Sergey Pavlovich, man. Remember the Pavlovich that KO'd Tai Tuivasa? The Pavlovich that was just scaring the heavyweight division until Tom Aspinall knocked him out. Okay, round three. Sergey Pavlovich versus Valde Acosta. Hopefully we get a finish, but I don't know. I think this one might go to a decision, and if it does go to a decision, then I've got Sergey Pavlovich winning the decision because he won the first two rounds, in my opinion. But you never know what these judges are watching. But yeah, Pavlovich with a nice uh, shot to the body. Nice body kick by Sergey Pavlovich. Tony Ferguson saying he feels like Johnny is gonna win. Who knows, man? I mean, it's the UFC and it's a light heavyweight fight, so anyone could win. I just think that Ming Yang has the just better striking, man, and I think he's got more of an opportunity of winning. But right now, Pavlovich versus Acosta, heavy low kicks are being exchanged against. Oh! Right hand by Pavlovich. Biggest shot of the fight. Man, I was hoping Pavlovich would be more aggressive in this fight. But ever since he lost to Tom Aspinall back in 2023, he hasn't been himself. Acosta with the Duplessis combo, kind of just charging forward. Oh, yeah, man. Again, Pavlovich versus Valdo Acosta. Not the best, not the fight we were expecting to watch. Um, hopefully, you guys can see as well. Not the best fight, but yeah. That man, the downfall. Oh, nice hand by Acosta. It's a nice right hand by Acosta. The downfall of Sergey Pavlovich. Oh, heavy hand by Pavlovich. Oh, left hook by Pavlovich. See, that's what he needs to do. He needs to connect a bit more. He's going for a takedown attempt. It shows me that he's not going to try and get the finish anymore. He thinks he's done enough to win the fight. A minute and 50 seconds left in the first round. Acosta throwing heavy nuclear bombs at Pavlovich. But he's missing all of those. Pavlovich might get the finish. He backs away. He should be pressuring a bit more. I mean, every time he gets the guy hurt, he chooses not to not to press a bit more. He just kind of walks away. Oh, uppercut by Pavlovich. Right hand by Pavlovich. Heavy jab. I think he broke his nose. Again, guys, I'm taking a very big chance. I'm risking it all on the line. Making sure that you guys are able to watch this fight with me. So it would be nice if you drop a sub. You drop a sub, subscribe, take it a big chance. So please subscribe. Sergey Pavlovich versus Acosta. They've got 30 seconds left in round 3. Hopefully they swing in the last 10 seconds. Wasn't the best fights that it wasn't the fights I was hoping it was gonna be. I was hoping that they would be a bit more active, but yeah. Okay, here we go. We're going to the last 10 seconds. Are they gonna scrap? Last 10 seconds of the round. Papa, okay, Waldo. Here we go. Listen, man. I'm gonna say this. I know it's a bit of a thing now where we come to the last 10 seconds and these guys try to throw down and they do the Max Holloway. I feel like that's disrespectful towards Max Holloway. I mean, these guys always throw down and then they just kind of look at each other. That's just weird, man. I mean, like, I don't know why they're doing that. I mean, you had the entire fight to throw down and then you come down to the last 10 seconds of the fight. You want to throw down, just throw down. don't throw down and back away from each other. I mean, it's just weird, you know. But yeah, man, these UFC fighters gotta stop trying to do the Max Holloway. If you're gonna do the Max Holloway, do the Max Holloway. If not, then just don't, man, don't. I'm like, these guys had like three, 4 rounds to try and knock each other out, and then you know they're gonna try and scrap it out in the last 10 seconds, and then they don't. It's just whack, man. But to be honest, I'm more disappointed in Sergey Pavlovich. I was hoping we would see 2022 Sergey Pavlovich, the one that was knocking out Taito Ivasa and kind of terrorizing the heavyweight division. I mean, this was a guy. He was fighting a guy that was willing to stand up with him the entire time, and every time he would hurt Acosta, he would kind of move back, and that didn't make sense to me. Like you've got the guy hurt, why are you moving back? But yeah, I think Pavlovich did enough to get the victory. Let's see who the judges think won. Yeah, 30-27. Pavlovich won that fight. Pavlovich won that fight. At least it's back in the win column though. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a boring fight. It just wasn't the fight that I expected it to be. But then again, like I understand why Pavlovich chose the game plan that he chose. I mean, he lost, I think, his last 2 fights now in a row, so we had to get a W. At least it wasn't a boring fight. It wasn't an exciting fight, but he did throw. Acosta was running backwards the entire time, and at least now we're not far away from the main events. Yang versus Ming Yang versus Johnny Walker. Let me read a few comments. Ah man, we've got Boss Anime in the chat. Guy was trolling me last week about how Duplessis lost. I am South African, so I had DDP winning against Khalas. He lost, and this guy Boss MMA is gonna be rage baiting in the comments right now. Look at him, look at him. Khamzat smashed DDP. He didn't smash anyone, bro. Khamzat did not smash anyone. He was hugging DDP for 22 minutes straight. 22 minutes of hugging Dracus Duplessis and not even attempting one submission. Who did Khamzat Chimaev smash? He didn't smash anyone, bro. Calm down. Calm down. Relax. He won the belt. Be happy, but it wasn't an exciting fight, man. He didn't even try to submit Dracus Duplessis. The last round when Dracus tried to submit, almost submitted Khamzat, was more action than what Dracus Duplessis did in round 5 was more than what Khamzat did for 4 rounds. So, Boss MMA, relax. Calm down. Khamzat Chimaev did not smash anyone. Dracus Duplessis is still the king of Africa. Calm down. Let me read it. Another few comments. We've got Sarej Ramoth saying why Dracus Duplessis collapsed against Khamzat. We've got Zhang Weili in the building. China's first UFC champion is in the building. Wow, look at that fight card. UFC 320, Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. Barab versus Corey Hagen. Jerry Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. Josh Emmett versus Zalel. And Abus Magomedov versus Joe Pyfer. What a pay-per-view. Cannot wait for UFC 320, man. I cannot wait. What a pay-per-view. Yeah. We're back. We're heading into the co-main events. Brian Ortega versus Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Now this fight had a lot of controversy. Um, the fight was supposed to go down at featherweights, and then Ortega wasn't able to make weight, and then there were rumors that Ortega pulled out, and then the fight was changed to a catch weight. No, the first was fight. It was changed to a fight at lightweights, and then they changed the fight to 153, which doesn't make any sense. But at least we get to see the fight right now. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling, I think, is gonna be an epic exchange on the ground. So I can't wait for that one. At least we're seeing two fighters that are very um, active on the ground. Aljamain's last fights against Imavov was very entertaining. So Brian Ortega's never in a boring fight. He loses most of them, but he's never in a boring fight. And then we've got this guy, Boss MMA, saying DDP aids 500 punches and 12 take. He didn't eat any punches, bro. Didn't eat any punches. You know. This is what DDP was eating. This. This. These aren't punches, bro. I mean, statistically, I was reading the statistics on UFC 319. Dracos Duplessis has more significant strikes than Khamzat Chimaev. So, technically speaking, Dracos Duplessis did more damage to Chimaev. Take it however you want to take that, Balls MMA, but DDP statistically did more damage than Khamzat Chimaev. That's all I've got to say. So up next, boys, we've got Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega wasn't looking too well yesterday at the face-off, at the weigh-ins. It didn't look like he cared about the fight. Um, I mean, I understand he was supposed to. He announced after losing to Diego Lopez last year at the Sphere that he was gonna move up to lightweights. But then the UFC convinced him to stay at featherweights. Missed weight yesterday. Fights almost got cancelled. Fights was moved to lightweights, and then it was moved to 153. So it's been a crazy week for Brian Ortega and Aljamain Sterling, but they're gonna fight soon, and I cannot wait. 50-44. 50-44 means nothing, bro. I mean, listen, yeah, man, Hamza got the belts. Good for you guys, but our king, our South African king, Still Knox, is coming for Hamza Chimaev's head. I'm predicting it right now. Early 2026, Hamza Chimaev will get knocked out by Dracos Duplessis. Watch. Again, guys, for those of you new in the chat, it is Zar-Kombat. We're reacting live to UFC Shanghai. It is live right now. If you're new to the channel, if you love MMA, you love the UFC, I'm the guy you want to subscribe to. Just subscribe and go check out my channel. Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega is about to happen. I think Aljamain Sterling is about to make the walk right now. So, yeah. Balls MMA saying, bro, DDP takedown defense is so bad. I don't really think so, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, it hasn't been the best, but he was able to get up against, guys with heavy wrestling like your Derek Bronson and your Robert Whitakers, but Khamzat Chimaev has been wrestling since he was a kid, bro. So he does it every day. He's been doing it every day for like 30 years. So you know, I don't think that Drakus's takedown defense is bad. I just think the wrestling of Khamzat Chimaev is so good, bro. Like it's so good. I mean, and I don't think anyone at middleweight is gonna stop that. And I think I've been seeing people saying that um these fighters that are at welterweights were able to kind of stuff the takedowns of Khamzat Chimaev at welterweights. I think it was just more of a weight issue for Khamzat Chimaev. That's why Gilbert Burns was able to fight Khamzat Chimaev the way he did, and even Usman. It was a short notice fight, but middleweight is Khamzat Chimaev's weight, and none of these guys at middleweights are going to be able to stop his wrestling. That's for sure. Boaz MMA asking me who do I predict Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. Listen, man, I want Alex Pereira to win only because obviously we all love watching KOs and we all love what Alex Pereira did last year for MMA, saving MMA in 2022. But yeah, man, Pereira, I just think he's got too much money now. He's also shooting a movie, which is insane. He's supposed to be in fight camp, but he's shooting a movie, so that shows you where his head is at. It's more on being like it's more focused on being a superstar, than actually getting the belt back. Um, so me personally, I think I want Pereira to win, but if I was betting, I would say Ankalaev. I think Ankalaev is more focused, more driven, and more focused on his legacy than Alex Pereira. And also, Alex Pereira, I think he's like 39 years old now, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's like 39, so he's way, way older than most of the heavyweights, light heavyweights at the moment, and that means he's gonna be slower. He can't throw his punches as fast as he used to. He's gonna have problems making weight because of his age. So, in my opinion, Ankalaev has the upper hand, and I think Ankalaev may win. But right now, we've got Brian Ortega entering the cage. Brian Ortega, fifth ranked featherweight, versus Aljamain Sterling, number 7 in the world. And the funny thing is, I heard that both of these guys are actually friends in real life. Brian Ortega, if you don't know, is friends with Aljamain Sterling. They're about to fight right now. And whenever we have two friends that fight, it's always an exciting fight. So yeah, man. Aljamain Sterling is 36 years old. Wow, I didn't think he was that old. Brian Ortega is 34. Aljamain Sterling has the reach advantage. Aljamain Sterling is the favorites in this fight. Wow. Brian Ortega obviously is the underdog. Um, I didn't think that Aljamain Sterling was older than Brian Ortega. But man, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see well. Also, Joey Martinez. Joey Martinez is making the introductions. I will be back. I'll be back. Yopa, boys, we are back. UFC Shanghai, Aljamain Sterling, Brian Ortega, and also it's 5 rounds. It's a 5 round fight. Boys, I think Sean Brady will beat Shavkat. I mean, it's not official yet. The fight's not official, so I think the UFC wants to make that fight for UFC Qatar. Uh, I wanted Sean Brady to fight Ian Gary next, so I think that was going to be an easy fight for Sean Brady. But yeah, Ian Gary doesn't want any part of he doesn't want to fight he doesn't want to fight Sean Brady. Shavkat is a beast, man. He's a beast. I don't know. I don't know who wins that fight, but we have to remember that Shavkat is coming from an injury. He's been hurt. He hasn't been back in the UFC since last year in December against that fight against Ian Gary. So I don't know, man. Let's wait until the fight is official and then we'll make a proper prediction. Right now, Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. Again, it is a 5 round fight. Heavy low kick by Aljamain Sterling. And the fight is at 153 pounds. They should have just made it 155. Boss MMA asking me where I'm from, bro. You know where I'm from, bro. I'm from South Africa. Why do you think I'm defending Dracos du Plessis so much? I'm from South Africa, man. South Africa, Durban, South Africa. Yeah, Durban, South Africa, man. Where are you from? You from Turkey? That's cool, man. What time is it in Turkey right now? Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, not much going on. They're just exchanging jabs. They're just exchanging jabs. Cannot wait for this fight to go to the ground. I think that's what's going to be really, really exciting is when it goes to the ground because that's what I want to see. Who's the better grappler between Brian Ortega and Aljamain Sterling? I think Sterling has the better jiu-jitsu, but I'm not sure. Boaz MMA saying, bro, Khavzat's wrestling is not good. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Shavkat Drakhmanov really wrestle a lot. He likes to strike. He likes striking. He likes beating guys on the feet. So if he were to fight Sean Brady next, I think if it goes to the ground, Sean Brady has the best jiu-jitsu at welterweight. So I think Sean Brady might get the W. Again, guys, if you're new to the channel, you're new to the stream, reacting live to UFC Shanghai right now. It's Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Make sure to subscribe. I need to get my followers up, boys. I need to get my followers up. I mean, my subscribers up. Trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this month. That's the target. That's the mission we're trying to accomplish. It's a slow paced fight. Brian Ortega threw up heavy right hand, then missed. Nice 1-2 by Aljamain. Man, Aljamain Sterling really leaves his head, his chin up there. When he throws, he strikes. I mean, I kind of get it. His hands are way down, making sure that when he throws, his opponents doesn't see the shots coming. But then now, The thing is when your hands are here, you can get punched easily. So Brian Ortega might win by KO, guys. I mean, Brian Ortega does have some solid striking. He's moving forward right now. He's pressuring Aljamain Sterling. Throws a shot to the body and misses. It's the end of round one. Bo's MMA saying he loves MMA. I love MMA too, man. I mean, it's crazy. Best sports in the world by far. Best sports in the world. Oh. We are live chat. UFC Shanghai. Zar-Kombat is reacting live to UFC Shanghai. Make sure to subscribe and to go check out my channel also, man. Go check out my channel. Islam Makachev for Ilya Taporia. It's a big one, man. It's a big one. And to be honest with you, man, I think the grappling of Islam Makachev is too much for Taporia. Taporia has a chance on the feet, but I think Makachev is way too smart to even attempt trying to stand with Ilya Taporia for long. I think he tricks Ilya Taporia into thinking that it's a stand-up fight. And then when Ilya Taporia tries to throw maybe a left, Islam goes for a takedown. And when it's on the ground, I've got Islam by submission. Islam submits Ilya Taporia. That's what I think is going to happen. But yeah, man, round two, Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. It's a fun fight. It's at 153 pounds. Ortega, the number 5 guy at featherweights. Aljamain Sterling, the number 7 guy at featherweights. It was a nice round one. But not enough action. I don't know who won the first round. It wasn't enough action in the first round to actually predict who won that one. But I might say Brian Ortega because he's pressuring a bit more. Oh, it's a nice hand by Aljamain Sterling. Oh, it's a nice right hand by Aljamain Sterling. Threw a heavy spinning back fist there and missed. I mean, I think the back fist is Aljamain Sterling's favorite. That's his favorite strike to throw. Nice right hand by Brian Ortega. Nice right hand by Aljamain Sterling. Oh, another right by Aljamain. Ilya Taporia, Jiu-Jitsu black belts. My opinion, I think this fight goes to a decision. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Islam Makachev is a finisher. Ilya Taporia is a finisher as well. Both those guys don't like going to a decision. I think either Taporia gets the KO or Islam gets the submission. And I think Islam Makachev is more likely to get the submission than Ilya Taporia KOing Islam Makachev. Because Islam Makachev was able to stand with Alexander Volkanovski. He was able to stand with one of the best strikers in the world, man. Who else? Dustin Poirier. He stood with Dustin Poirier, so I think I've never seen. I don't think I know Ilya Taporia. He's got a solid ground game. I know he has a few submissions in his win list, but Boss MMA saying bye, bro, and make sure you subscribe, dog. Before you leave, be sure to subscribe, dog. See you later, man. But I think, yeah, man, when it comes to Ilya Taporia versus Islam Makhachev, I think Makhachev is more likely to get the submission than Taporia getting the knockouts. Brian Ortega got poked in the eye, so it's a timeout right now. Yeah, it was a punch though. It wasn't an intentional eye poke. It was a punch. Sorry about that, boys. I'm back. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. I thought it was gonna be a long break, because Brian Ortega was crying about his eye. Oh, it's a nice right hand by Brian Ortega. As they okay. We're 2 rounds into the fight, and they still have not gone to the ground, which is what I thought might happen. It's kind of like when you have two guys that when you have two wrestlers, kind of like remember when Kofi Covington and Kamaru Usman were fighting? That fight never went to the ground, and both guys were talking about how I'm the best wrestler and I'm the best wrestler. And then when it comes the time for them to actually wrestle, they choose to stand up. And these guys were talking about, I'm the best jiu-jitsu in the division, and I'm the best jiu-jitsu practitioner in the division. And then they kind of just striking, which is crazy. But I did predict that this might happen. Rajesh. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, man. It's kind of hard to pronounce. Rajesh saying Brian Ortega did not look like he wants to fight during the stare down. Yeah, I was just saying that yesterday when I was watching the weigh-ins. It's kind of just limping towards Aljamain Sterling, and it didn't look like he wanted to fight. I mean, he looks good now. It looks good now. We are in round three again, guys. It is a 5-round co-main event. I was hoping to see more. Um, well, not really more, but they haven't really gone to the ground at all. So I wanted to see how this fight was going to play on the ground, because you got Aljamain Sterling is so good on the ground. Brian Ortega is so good on the ground. Like, I wanted to see who is better at jiu-jitsu between the two guys. But they just decided to stand. Heavy low kick by Brian Ortega. Nice jab by Aljamain Sterling. Body kick by Aljamain Sterling. Heavy shot to the body by Brian Ortega. Another kick to the body by Brian Ortega. Again, boys, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Taking a huge risk here, showing you this fight when I'm not supposed to. So best you can do, man, is get my subscribers up. Yeah, man, like and subscribe, and go check out my videos, man. Round three, Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling throwing haymakers at Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega with the heavy leg kick. I think those are starting to hurt Aljamain Sterling. Nice jab by Aljamain. Nice left hook by Aljamain. Another jab by Aljamain. His jabs are landing for Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, the jab's there for Aljamain Sterling, man, all day. Heavy leg kick by Aljamain Sterling drops Brian Ortega, but he gets back up. That jab from Aljamain Sterling is so beautiful. He keeps landing, man. I feel like it's there for Aljamain Sterling all day. Brian Ortega has to do something. He's gotta hit. Oh, heavy low kick by Brian Ortega. Nice uppercuts by Aljamain Sterling. Again, boys, we're live. UFC Shanghai. Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. I was hoping we would see what this fight would look like on the ground, but it doesn't look like both these guys want to take this fight to the ground. They're happy with striking. Okay. We might see. Okay, no. I thought Brian Ortega was gonna go for the takedown, but we are 30 seconds. We have 30 seconds left in round three. It's been a stand-up fight. The jab has been landing for Aljamain Sterling all day. Brian Ortega throwing heavy low kicks, but that's not gonna win him the fight. Oh, oh, okay. Spinning back kick by spinning elbow by Aljamain. That was very well timed. That was a very well timed spinning elbow by Aljamain Sterling. We're about to go to the championship rounds. Again, it is a 5 round fight. 5 round co-main events. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. That jab from Aljamain Sterling, as you can see, has been landing all day. Yeah. Heavy jab. Nice elbow. If Aljamain would have knocked out uh, Brian Ortega with that elbow, would have been crazy. After we got two back-to-back vicious elbow finishes last week, Carlos Prates and Lerone Murphy, it would have been fun. Yeah, round four, Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. It hasn't been the fight that I thought it was going to be. Or not really the fight that I thought it was going to be. I thought that maybe they were going to stand up, but I wanted to see these guys take the fight to the ground. And that's not going to happen for the rest of the round, for the rest of the fight. I've got 10 minutes left in the fight. Round four. They're still standing. They're not taking it to the ground. Oh, it's a nice left hook by Aljamain Sterling. Oh. Yo, guys, why are you not live in the chat, man? I mean, you still there? Drop some comments, man. Drop some comments. That's a nice low kick by Aljamain Sterling. Nice jab by Aljamain. Left hook by Aljamain Sterling. Another one. I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy how doesn't care about what's coming. You know, like if Brian Ortega had better stand up, like he would have fought Chin way long ago now. But I think Brian Ortega's losing this fight. Aljamain Sterling just has the better stand up. Remember, remember when Max Holloway was fighting Brian Ortega, and mid fight, like I swear, mid fight, Max Holloway had to teach Brian Ortega how to box. That was crazy. Teaching a man how to fight you while you're fighting him is insane. That was crazy. But I see why, man. I mean, Brian Ortega doesn't have the best stand up in the division or in the UFC at all. Aljamain Sterling is basically asking Brian Ortega to hit him with something. I mean, his chin is way up in the air. I mean, his hands are here. Aljamain Sterling keeps his hands here and his chin way up in the air. And Brian Ortega is not even spamming hooks towards his chin. It's crazy. He's just throwing leg kicks. It doesn't make any sense. Man, I can't wait. I cannot wait for this fight to be over so we can watch Ming Ying starch Johnny Walker. Because Johnny Walker's definitely getting knocked out. That's for sure. There's no way Ming Yang loses in front of his people. Definitely. Okay, they're in the clinch. I want to see this fight go to the ground. I think both guys are kind of, I'm not going to say scared, but they respect each other's jiu-jitsu, so they don't want to take this fight to the ground. Sucks for us, the fans, because I was hoping to see who's the better uh, jiu-jitsu practitioner between the two. Okay, it's in the ground. The fight's on the ground. Aljamain Sterling takes down Brian Ortega. Let's see what this fight looks like on the ground. But it's against the cage, though. Against the cage, so Brian Ortega can't really do much offensively except maybe try and push off Aljamain. I think the lights is a bit too bright for you guys. But yeah, it's on the ground right now. Um, Brian Ortega looking like he's trying to attempt. I don't know what this is. I think it's a guillotine, but he's got the hand around Aljamain's neck and arm. Oh, heavy hammer fist. Heavy hammer fist by by Aljamain Sterling. Wow. Okay. At least we've got a real fight now. Again, man, we are live. UFC Shanghai. Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. Aljamain Sterling, I think, has won like 4 rounds straight. We're heading into the 5th round. At least we got to see what the fight looks like on the ground between these two guys. Aljamain looked like the better jiu-jitsu guy on the ground. Hopefully we can see more in round 5. 5th and final round. Should be a fun one. Fifth and final round. Here we go. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. It's the final round. It is 5 rounds. I've got Aljamain Sterling winning 4 rounds. So Brian Ortega needs a finish, in my opinion. I don't know if his corner told him that he needs a finish, but he needs a finish. Aljamain Sterling is definitely winning this fight if it goes to the decision. And that was some nice ground and pound by Aljamain Sterling to end off round 4. That was cool. That was nice. Jab by Aljamain. Aljamain's got the clinch. Is it going to go to the ground? Okay, they're against the cage. Oh. Keponas. Oh, heavy elbow by Brian Ortega as they break away from the clinch. Brian Ortega pressures. Oh, there's a headbutt. Those headbutts. Okay, this is what we wanted to see. It's on the ground. Aljamain Sterling's got top control. This is the fight that I wanted. This is the fight that I wanted to see. Okay. Brian Ortega is not attempting any submissions off his back. Throwing a couple elbows, but that's not going to win him the fight. Again, guys, Brian Ortega is 4 rounds down. If you go, okay, heavy ground and pound by Aljamain Sterling. Nice knee as they break away. That was a nice knee from Aljamain. Look at Aljamain Sterling, man. Who would have thought that Aljamain Sterling would have the striking advantage over anyone in featherweights? But he's nice right hand by Ortega. Kind of stumbled Aljamain Sterling there. Aljamain takedown attempt stuffed by Ortega. Ortega with the pressure. Aljamain Sterling backing away. I think he still hurts. That right hand from Brian Ortega really hurts Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain literally running away right now. Herb Dean warns Aljamain that he cannot keep backing away. He's got to fight. Right hand by Ortega. Right hand by Aljamain. Oh. Nice elbow by Brian. I mean, this is like he's got a minute and 40 seconds to try and get a KO here. If he really pursued the KO, okay, Aljamain's got the back. Aljamain's got the back. Now Aljamain knows that he's 4 rounds up, so what he's gonna do here is just hold Brian Ortega and make sure he does not escape. But okay, round 5. Brian Ortega versus round 5. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. If Brian Ortega doesn't get a submission, Aljamain Sterling wins this fight. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Oh, nice, nice. That was a nice left hook by Aljamain. As Brian Ortega was trying to get up. There's some heavy ground and pound from Aljamain Sterling. Wow. 10 seconds left in round 5. Ground and pound by Aljamain. Oh, whoa. Oh, with some heavy right hands. Whoa. That's it. It was a cool fight, man. It was a cool fight. Aljamain Sterling definitely won that fight, unless the judges screw him over. But yeah, Aljamain won that fight. Good to see Aljamain Sterling back in the win column. Listen, man, I don't know how Aljamain's camp was, but what I have to say is if I mean, obviously he's getting the victory here, and with the win of Brian Ortega, he's definitely going to be in the top 5 at featherweights next week. But Aljamain Sterling being 36 years old, and then at featherweights we've got Alexander Volkanovski as the champion. We've got the top 5 being um, Diego Lopez, Lerone Murphy. We've got Yair Rodriguez. We've got Josh Emmett, and then outside of the top 5, we've got your John Silva and Arnold Allen. It's stacked at featherweights right now. So I don't see Aljamain getting the belt at featherweights. Not saying he can't, but I just don't see it happening. I just feel like the division is so good at the top that and they're so well rounded that I just don't see him getting the belts at featherweights. He had a better shot at bantamweight, honestly, but he looks slower than he usually does. Can't absorb strikes the way he used to. I mean, if Brian Ortega is hurting you with short left hook, imagine what a guy like Diego Lopez would do if he hits you with something, or John Silva or your Yair Rodriguez, if they hit you with something, your Lerone Murphy, if he hits you with the spinning elbow, you're done for. But wasn't the best performance by Aljamain or Brian Ortega, but it was a good fight. I was hoping that both guys would take it to the ground a bit more. Didn't get to see the exchanges on the ground that we hoped, that MMA fans were hoping to see between Brian Ortega and Aljamain Sterling. But it was a good fight. Um, there was some nice ground and pound by Aljamain Sterling on the ground. It's cool. Okay, Aljamain Sterling has entered the top 5 at Walter at featherweights. Really earned that, man. Okay, Aljamain Sterling is calling out Yair Rodriguez. Yair's not going to take that fight. He's not going to take that fight. It's too risky for him. I mean, if it goes to the ground, it's going to end very, very quickly. And but I mean, Yair could get something crazy, like he could get like an uppercut on Aljamain. He doesn't have the best stand up. in the UFC. But it would be a fun one. A main event early 2026. Yair Rodriguez versus Aljamain Sterling. A main event in front of a crowd. UFC can make that happen. I mean, Yair Rodriguez hasn't fought in a long time. I mean, he fought, his last fight was at UFC 314 against an old debuting Pitbull. So, Aljamain Sterling beat the guy that beat Yair Rodriguez. So they've got to make that fight happen. But up next, we've got a big fight. It's at light heavyweight. Zhang Mingyang is fighting in front of his people. Um, he's fighting Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, the number 13 guy in the division, and then Mingyang, number 14 guy. It should be a fun one, boys. It should be a fun one, and I'm expecting a round one KO from either of these guys. Both guys, all action, no caution to the wind. I mean, they are all action fighters. They lay it all on the line, and I'm hoping we get a first round finish. Ming Yang, obviously brutal performance against Anthony Smith. The last time he was in the cage, retired Anthony Smith. Johnny Walker, I'm not sure what his last fight was, but he's always exciting. Was the biggest thing in MMA back in 2019. Took a couple losses, got a couple wins. Um, Still in the top 15. That's light heavyweights after 5 years. So he was once the guy predicted to beat John Jones. Believe it or not, in 2015, no, 2019, I was one of those guys. Like I remember watching him KO Khalil Rountree and just KOing all these guys. When I was new to MMA, I also thought that this guy can beat John Jones. But then he got KO'd by Corey Sandhagen and took another couple KOs after that. And then got another couple KOs after that. So it's been an up and down journey for Johnny Walker at light heavyweights. It's been around for a very long time. 5 years is a long time. Uh, 6 years actually. 2019. That's 6 years. And then after the Ming Yang, uh, been a crazy journey for him as well. Fighting out of China, from fighting at Road to the UFC to fighting all around America, fighting the best heavyweights, light heavyweights, to retiring Anthony Smith, and then to getting a big main event in front of his people. Should be a fun main event, man. Should be a fun one. Who do you think is gonna win? I think Zhang. I think Zhang Mingyang has got enough. He's got enough in the tank to beat Johnny Walker. Zhang Mingyang versus Johnny Walker's about to go down. UFC Shanghai live stream. Subscribe. It is Zar-Kombat. We're about to watch. Zhang Mingyang KO Johnny Walker. Cannot wait, man. It's the first time actually watching UFC this early. I think it's like 2 p.m. right now. I'm not sure what the time is. I think it's around 2 p.m. So I wish we would always watch the UFC like this, man. On Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It'd be cool. But Zhang Mingyang is making the walk right now in front of his people. Everyone in this arena showed up to support him. Crowd going crazy. UFC Shanghai, we are live. Zhang Mingyang does not look stressed at all. He's calm. He's singing whatever song he's singing. He's smiling, which just shows me that he's getting ready to KO Johnny Walker. UFC Shanghai. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. The crowd going crazy. Crowd going crazy for Zhang Ming Yang. Wow. UFC Shanghai, man. UFC Shanghai. Zhang Ming Yang fighting in front of his people. Crowd going crazy for him. Only active Chinese light heavyweights is Zhang Ming Yang. Johnny Walker's about to walk out to some heavy, heavy booze. Heavy booze. UFC Shanghai. Again, guys, do not be scared to comment below. Tell me where you're watching from. It's the last fight of the day. I was about to say last fight of the night, but it's actually daytime where I'm at. It's bright and early, so it's the last fight of the day. Cannot wait for this one. Um, go either way. Like this fight could literally go either way. Zhang Ming Yang could get the first round KO. Um, you know, Johnny Walker could also get the first round. I mean, it all depends on who's, you know, more well prepared, who had the better fight camp. But I'm Zhang Ming Yang getting ready to enter the cage in front of his home crowd. Crowd going insane for Zhang Ming Yang. He has entered the building. Everyone is on their feet for Zhang Ming Yang. Everyone is on their feet. Wow. Zhang Ming Yang has entered the cage. We're about to hear Johnny Walker get booed by the entire country of China. UFC Shanghai, boys. UFC Shanghai. We're live. We are live. Hey, do not be shy to drop comments below. It's the last fight of the night. Fight of the day, actually. It's daytime where I'm at. It's been an amazing main card. I didn't get to watch the prelims again. Missed a couple of the fights, but I've been here for the entire main card. It's been fun. It's been an amazing card, actually. Um, really, really enjoyed the main card. Johnny Walker with the Dagestani beard. He also looks confident, man. I mean, this is his style anyway. He never looks kind of stressed. It's just embracing the booze. The entire arena is booing Johnny Walker right now. If he knocks out, if he knocks out Zhang Ming Yang, this crowd will go so silent. It'll be sad. I mean, like imagine Johnny Walker does the impossible. Everyone's saying that he's gonna get knocked out in the first round, and then he comes out and he actually KOs Zhang Ming Yang. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for this fight. Johnny Walker is staying down Zhang Ming Yang as he's making the walk. Yeah, but I do not see this fight going out of the first round. That's for sure. UFC Shanghai, boys. We are live. It's the last fight of the night. Johnny Walker is about to enter the cage. A UFC light heavyweight veteran. Finished 19 of his 21 wins by 16 by knockouts and 3 by submission. Tied for the second shortest average fight time among active UFC light heavyweights. Crazy. He's had so many fights. And he's been in there for the shortest amount of time. Wow. Johnny Walker has entered the cage. Zhang Ming Yang has entered the cage. We're about to find out, man. Who is the best? Who's about to get knocked out? Is it Zhang Ming Yang? Is it oh, Zhang Ming Yang is 27 years old. Wow. Zhang Ming Yang, 27 years old. Johnny Walker, 33. Younger than I expected. Zhang Ming Yang coming in as the favorites. Johnny Walker, the underdog. Johnny Walker has the reach advantage over Zhang Ming Yang. He's got a 7-inch reach advantage over Johnny Walker, which is insane. But Zhang Ming Yang has faced taller guys before, obviously. He's found a way to get over the reach. But I think the pressure's more on Zhang, man. I mean, he's fighting in front of his people. Can he overcome the pressure that's on his shoulders right now? I mean, his people are expecting him to perform, to give them something to be happy about. So, yeah. It's a big fight going down in China right now. Mark Garnard. Mark Garnard is refereeing the main event. I do not know who's going to win. But I will say this. Johnny Walker looks more confident than Zhang Ming Yang. That's for sure. Zhang Ming Yang, obviously stoic as always. Staring down Johnny Walker. And then Johnny Walker just, was also serious, but kind of seems more confident, Seems like he believes more in himself. Zhang Ming Yang, obviously the pressure is all on him. He's in front of his people. The pressure's on him, man. In front of his people, his family, his friends have all come out to support him. So it's all on him. He's got to get the job done. Here we go, boys. It's crazy. Seemed like in the stats saying that Johnny Walker is way taller than Zhang Ming Yang. But here we go. It's the last fight of the day. Zhang Ming Yang, Johnny Walker. Here we go. Round one. Here we go. Whoa. Johnny Walker goes for the takedown. Doesn't get the take. That was a foul move by Johnny Walker. He reached for the glove touch and tried to get the takedown on Zhang Ming Yang. He tried to pull a Khamzat Chimaev there, but he's not Khamzat Chimaev, so he missed. But yeah, the fight's on the ground. Johnny Walker obviously does not want to stand with this guy. One of the best and most vicious strikers in the division right now. So I understand the Dagestani approach. Nice elbow by Zhang Ming Yang. was also kind of interested in this. I also wanted to know how was the ground game of Zhang Mingyang. Nice shot to the body by Zhang. Here we go. Zhang Mingyang backs up Johnny Walker. Oh, yeah, Zhang Mingyang with the pressure. Johnny looks nervous. Johnny Walker does not want to stand with this guy. Johnny does not want to stand with this guy at all. Zhang Mingyang just stoic with the heavy left hook, right? And then obviously Johnny Walker with the clinch does not want to stand with this man. He's gonna look for a trip right now. The power of Zhang Mingyang must be absolutely insane. I mean, Johnny Walker has been in there with one of the hardest hitting 205ers in the world, and has been able to stand with most of them. But he doesn't. Oh, jab by Zing, low kick by Johnny, Zing with the pressure, Zing Mingyang with the pressure. He's looking for that. He keeps on spamming that left hook. He keeps spamming that left hook. I guess he saw something in the footage when he was in camp. I mean, Johnny Walker does keep his hands down, so it's there for Zhang if he wants to land that. Jab to the body by Zhang. Okay, not much going on in the fight right now. Johnny Walker making his reads, basically kind of running away. I think he's waiting for Zhang to come in and maybe throw like a knee or something. Oh, Zhang Mingyang. Oh, elbow by Zhang. Heavy elbow. Yeah, Johnny's been looking to throw some jumping, spinning elbows or whatever. But Zhang, calm, not really chasing him down. He's looking to find his opportunity. He's not chasing. He's not chasing Johnny Walker around. Nice, nice high kick by Zhang. Misses, but it was nice either way. Crazy. Zhang Mingyang and Johnny Walker make it out of the first round. I thought we were definitely going to get a first round finish. But yeah, we're going to get to see round two. I guess more action for us. Going into round two, crazy. I thought Zhang Mingyang was definitely going to get the finish, but Johnny does not want to strike with this guy. Johnny Walker does not want to strike with Zhang Mingyang. Chose to take down Zhang at the very start of the first round and doesn't want to engage with him. Zhang threw some heavy elbows in the clinch. It was a good round one, but I think one of these guys are gonna get the job done in round two. I think one of these guys are gonna get the job done in round two. This fight definitely doesn't see round three, that's for sure. I can definitely bet on that. This fight does not go to round 3. Here we go. Johnny Walker, Zhang Ming Yang, round 2. Zhang Ming Yang with the pressure. Nice leg kick by Zhang Ming Yang. Johnny Walker's really content on just counter striking Zhang Ming Yang. He's not throwing first at all unless it's a low kick. But, you know, with the hands, he's not throwing anything with his hands. He hasn't really thrown his hands at all. Really kind of waiting for Zhang to throw and counter his strikes. That seems to be the approach of Johnny Walker. And if that's not working, if counter striking is not working, then he's just going to try and take him down. But heavy right hand by Zhang Ming Yang stuns Johnny Walker, backs him up. Heavy low kick by Zhang Ming Yang. I just find it insane how Johnny Walker is content with just not throwing anything at all. He just wants a counter strike. We're 3 minutes and 17 seconds into round 2. These guys just exchange. Oh, leg kick hurts. Zhang. Wow. Zhang goes down. Heavy punches by Johnny Walker. Zhang Ming Yang does not have a leg anymore. Wow. They're about to stop this fight. Zhang Ming Yang is looking to survive. Mark Garnett's going to stop this fight. He's going to stop this fight. Zhang cannot defend himself. Oh, that's it. The fight's over. The fight's over. The fight's over. The fight is over. That's it. Johnny Walker gets the job done. TKO round 2. TKO in round 2. Wow. Crazy. Johnny Walker gets the TKO in round 2. And he does that celebration he does is gonna break his neck again, break his leg. Wow. The leg kick was too much for Zhang Ming Yang. Insane, man. He was winning that fight until he just couldn't take the leg kicks anymore. Johnny Walker got the job done. Someone here in the comments was saying that Johnny Walker was gonna win. I didn't believe he could get the job done. But yeah, man, that leg kick was just too much. It was heavy. It was a heavy one. But it is nice to see Johnny Walker get back in the win column. He's a good guy. He's not really a serious guy. He's never in boarding fights, that's for sure. He's never been in a boarding fight, and he's a funny guy, man. So it was nice to see him get the W. Johnny Walker gets the TKO victory over Zhang Ming Yang. Who would have thought? Who thought Johnny Walker was gonna get the W? But he did. He won. What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts? Johnny Walker got the job done. What do you think? It's gotta be sad for Zhang Mingyang, man. Losing in front of your country. Um, yeah, man. Johnny gets the W. It was a nice game plan by Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker greets the crowd. What are your thoughts, man? Johnny Walker got the TKO. He beats Zhang Mingyang. I didn't think he could get the job done, but he did. UFC Shanghai, we're live. What's your reaction, guys? Sign me in the comments. Johnny Walker, TKOs, Zhang Mingyang. The leg kick was too much for Zhang Mingyang. Johnny just kind of pressured forward and started raining some ground and pound on Zhang Mingyang, and he got the W. Yeah, it was a fun night. It was a fun day for us in South Africa. It was a fun day in China. It was a solid main card. The prelims, from what I heard, were epic as well. I didn't get to watch the prelims, but they were epic. Such an amazing fun fight card. I mean, Johnny Walker is back in the win column. He got the W. He finishes Zhang Mingyang in round 2, like I predicted. I didn't think the fight was going to go past round 1 at first. And then, Johnny Walker was very strategic. Just kind of touching the leg, showing Zhang Mingyang. He's like throwing him his arms, feinting, just to, throw the legs. Yeah, Johnny Walker gets the job done, boys. What are we thinking? Are we hyped? Are we excited that Johnny Walker got the W? Are we sad that our king Zhang Mingyang lost? What's the reaction, boys? What's the reaction? UFC Shanghai. UFC Shanghai. Game, make sure to subscribe. It's been a fun fight night, man. A fun fight night in China. Johnny Walker got the W. Johnny Walker got the W, man. We're back for Fight Night Paris. Nazardini Mavov, Khalil Bohalio, BSD, Rufi, Mason Jones is back. Paul Craig is back. Fares Ziem is back. Patricio Pitbull fighting the debuting Lucene Kaita. That's gonna be a fun fight night in Paris. September 6th. And then we've got Noche UFC Lopez versus Silva. And then we're going down under to UFC Perth, Alberg versus Reyes. And then it's the big one. It's the rematch. Boaton and Ankalaev will do it one more time. Live on pay-per-view. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. No UFC next week. It's going to be a long week. But cannot wait for Nazardini Mavov versus Khalil Bohalio. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun fight nights in in Australia. No, in Paris. I mean, yeah. The fight corner saying, "Bro, no way, Johnny Walker won that. That was insane, man. That was insane." I was thinking Zhang Mingyang was about to get the KO, like he got the right hand, and Johnny Walker, man, who knew a patient, strategic Johnny Walker could actually get it done? That was crazy, man. That was crazy. I feel sad for Zhang Mingyang, man. He lost in front of his people. I wanted him to win, but and wasn't that crazy? Like in the first round, Johnny Walker pulled a Hamza Chimaev, a fake glove touch, and then pooh, double leg. That was insane to me. I didn't think he was gonna do that. Yeah, man. Johnny Walker somehow Johnny Walker got the W. Insane. A Johnny Walker W in 2025. I don't know. It's been a crazy year, man. It's been a crazy year for MMA. Johnny Walker actually beats a guy with heavy hands. Insane. We've got Allen the Conqueror MMA, Johnny Walker by fluke leg kick. The GOAT is back. The commentators were so annoying, dude. They were just glazing Zhang the whole fight. Bisping Nice. Keep quiet like 90% of the time. They just talk about nothing. Yeah, luckily for me, I had the fights on mute, man, because I do not want to listen to Bisping at all. I don't like his commentary. I don't like Bisping, man. Bisping is by far him and DC the worst commentators in the game, man. Like I'd rather John Anik, um, Joe Rogan. I also don't like Joe Rogan a lot, but John Anik is the best. And then Dominic Cruz is number two, and then that blonde girl. What's her name? I don't know the blonde girl's name, but she's also got some good MMA knowledge. Bisping, you know what? I knew Bisping was the worst commentator ever. After UFC Saudi Arabia, when no, it was UFC Abu Dhabi, the the RTR versus Whitaker fights. After that fight, Whitaker was saying that what's his name, Scara Bullets should fight Adesanya. How do you fight Adesanya with the win over Mark? What's the guy's name from Canada after Mark Borisius or something, Scara Bullets won a fight against a trash can, and then now he's supposed to fight Israel Adesanya. Bro, I was like, Bisping has the worst MMA take ever. So whenever Bisping is on the mic, it's always on mute. I do not want to hear Bisping's voice at all, at all. Bisping talks the most. Shh. On the mic. Exactly, man. I swear to God. Bisping is the worst. Like, he's worse than DC. Yeah, he's worse than DC, in my opinion, man. Like, DC is... Bisping is the worst. I do not want to hear Bisping on the mic at all, man. But, it was a crazy fight night in, China. Johnny Walker got the W in the big 2025. A Johnny Walker W fighting a guy with heavy hands. And not only a Johnny Walker W, I mean, we should have seen that Johnny Walker was going to come out and take him down. I mean, did you see the beard? He came out with the Dagestani beard. Like I said that when he was coming out, I was like, if anyone was live, you would have heard me. I said Johnny Walker coming out with the Dagestani beard. And then what happens? Round one, he pulls a Chimaev. Insane. I mean, Johnny Walker, what a character, guys. I mean, like, he pulls up with the Dagestani beard and he takes down Zhang Mingyang. First second. Pull a Hamza Chimaev. First second. Takes him down. Does not fight him at all. Runs away from him. and then out of nowhere, hurts him with a heavy leg kick. I'm sorry, I'm just watching the highlights of Edwards and Roster, the PFL highlights. That was insane. I didn't get to watch the PFL live. But yeah, man, what are your thoughts, guys? Johnny Walker got the W. It was a fun fight card. Um, I enjoyed it, especially listening to it on mute and not listening to Bisping the entire time. It was a fun fight card. But I'm just watching the highlights of the PFL fight between Fabian Edwards and the American. What's his name? Roster. Fabian Edwards, the brother of Leon Edwards. I didn't get to watch that fight, so I'm watching the highlights. I only saw that he KO'd Edwards. He KO'd Roster with the same head kick that Leon Edwards got over Kamaru Usman. Oh! Insane head kick. Wow. Insane head kick. I didn't get to watch that fight. Whoa. But yeah, boys, it was a fun fight card in China. What do you think? A fun fight card in China, man. We've been live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. If you guys are not gonna comment a bit more, man, I might just end the live stream. It was a crazy. It was a fun fight card. One of the best fight nights of the year so far, in my opinion. I really enjoyed UFC Shanghai. Insane card. Johnny Walker getting a victory in 2025. Wow, who would have thought? Just watching the PFL highlights. I didn't get to watch the PFL. Fabian Edwards versus Roster. I saw that Edwards got the Leon Edwards. Wow, the Leon Edwards head kick KO. Just watching it now, and it was a fun fight. Edwards versus Roster. UFC Shanghai, boys. What is the reaction to Johnny Walker getting the W in big 2025, man? Johnny Walker got the W. It was a fun fight night. A fun fight night, man. Really enjoyed that one. I'm sorry, guys. I was sorry for being quite so long. I was just watching the reaction to Fabian Edwards getting the PFL victory. That was insane. It was an amazing KO by him. But yeah, boys, what is our reaction to Johnny Walker somehow getting the victory in 2025? Insane, insane. But it was cool. Johnny Walker got the W, boys. UFC Shanghai. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, chat. There's not a lot of you live here, so guys want to talk about anything UFC. We've got no UFC next weekend, so that kind of sucks. No UFC next weekend. And then the week after we're going to Paris. Nazardini Imavov versus Kalio Puhalio. It's gonna be a fun one. And then the next week it's Noche UFC. John Silver versus Diego Lopez. What a main event. What a main event. Noche UFC. And the other week we're going to Australia for UFC Perth. Carlos Alberg versus the GOAT, Dominic Reyes. I hope Reyes gets the W, man. I hope Reyes gets the W, and I just want to see Reyes back in the top 5 in the light heavyweight division. And then that following week, it's a big one for the it's a big one for the light heavyweight title. Magomed Ankalaev is rematching Bolton for the belt. And then we've got Marab in the co-main event against Cody Sanhagen. And then we've also got, who else do we have? Khalil Roundtree versus Jerry Prohaska. Khalil Roundtree versus Jerry Prohaska. I cannot wait for that fight, man. That's the fights I'm most excited for at UFC 320. Cannot wait for that fight. Yeah, boys. What are we saying, man? It's been a fun fight night at UFC Shanghai. Solid prelims. It was a great main card. Not a lot of KOs, I think. I don't remember what getting a KO. I remember a KO in the main card. Oh, the first fight of the main card. That was a finish. And then a couple other fights, man, as well. But it was a fun fight card in China. And then it's a big couple weeks for the UFC. No UFC next weekend, unfortunately. But it's UFC Paris the following week. And then we've got Noche UFC that other week. And then we've also got UFC Perth, Alberg versus Dominic Reyes. And then the other week it's the big one for the light heavyweight title. Ankalaev rematching Bolton Pereira. It's going to be massive. We've got Marab Dolishvili versus Cody Sanhagen on the card as well. We've got Jerry Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. So it's going to be a fun few weeks for the UFC. It's going to be a fun few weeks for the UFC. No UFC next weekend, but from there on, September should be fun. October's going to be fun. And then we don't really have any announcements for November yet. I think they're gonna announce the Islam Makachev versus Jake Della Maddalena fight really soon. They should announce that fight soon. We've been waiting for that announcement for a very long time now. It's time the UFC announce that fight. But UFC China was a blast. Drop some comments, boys. Drop some comments. I'm here. I'm listening to you guys. Still live, all the way from South Africa. And please make sure to subscribe. We need to get my followers up. UFC China, guys. UFC China. Johnny Walker. Somehow, I don't know how he got the victory. Um, he was spamming leg kicks, and he got the victory. Crazy. But yeah, it was a fun fight night in China. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Tell me below. Yeah, chat. UFC China, man, it was fun. Guys aren't really dropping any more comments, so if that's the case, then I think I might just have to end the stream, man. Um, we've got 2 people live on the stream. We've been live now for 2 hours and 53 minutes. I think once I hit 3 hours, I'm gonna end the stream. Kind of charge my phone a bit. It's kind of watching the WWE right now. There's not much going on TV.
Logan Paul is an undeniable presence. Logan Paul is a tremendous athlete. Logan Paul is a future WWE.
UFC Shanghai, boys. Johnny Walker again. Somehow got the dub. Johnny Walker got the W. I don't know how. That's it, man. That's it from China. That's it from China. No UFC next weekend, unfortunately, but it should be a fun few weeks after next week. After next week, September will be a hell of a month for the UFC. Personally, I think UFC Noche UFC is gonna go crazy. UFC Noche is gonna go crazy. Diego Lopez versus John Silva, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy. But the entire UFC in September, man, the entire UFC in September is just insane. From got a lot of stacked fighters on that card, man. On just in September, Kaya Pohayo, Nazadini Mavov, Mauricio Rufi, um, obviously John Silva, not no sure UFC, John Silva, Diego Lopez. You've got Rosas Jr. on that fight card as well. I'm not sure if Alexa Grasso was on the card for Noche UFC. So gonna have to look that up. But I think she is on that card. I think she's fighting someone on the card. Um, It should be a fun few weeks for the UFC in September. Just watching the WWE now. UFC's over, so there's not really much to talk about. Yeah, I was just saying that the UFC in September is gonna go crazy, man. It's gonna go crazy. Next week, no UFC, and then from the following week and onwards, UFC straight to September, straight through I think October as well. October's gonna go crazy. We've got UFC Rio, UFC 221. We've got UFC 320. So yeah, these next 2 months for the UFC will be very, very, very insane. I cannot wait. Okay, man, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe before you leave the chat. Subscribe for MMA content. Zar-Kombat, Zarkombat, an MMA journalist, MMA fanatic, MMA mixed martial arts. Not even a fan. I'm more of a stan now. I'm obsessed. MMA stan for life now. All the way from SA, Durban, South Africa. So yeah, man. Make sure to support the boy. Support me. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this month. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of live streams to try and get you guys to subscribe. We're gonna be dropping a whole lot of new videos today. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button to keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be a fun day, man. It's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna close out October in a very, very cool way. We're closing out this month, with a lot of new content. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of new live videos, so you guys are gonna be seeing me a lot more. I'm not gonna be at work next week. I'm taking leave, so from next week onwards, the entire week next week, we're dropping live videos. We're gonna be discussing, sorry, the next events that will be happening in the UFC, and we're gonna be debating. We're gonna be arguing, like we always are, man. We're just gonna connect. It's gonna be a fun time, and I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait to get to know you guys a bit more. But it's gonna be a fun 2 weeks. I'm not 2 weeks, 2 months for the UFC. A fun 2 months for the UFC. We've been live officially for 3 hours straight. So yeah, boys, I'm gonna have to end the live stream. There's not much going on in the chat anyway. So again, guys, please make sure to subscribe. It is Zar-Kombat, Zarkombat, all the way from SA, South Africa, Durban. Support the boy. Make sure to subscribe. And hit the notification button, man. I'm gonna be dropping a whole lot of new videos today, and we're gonna be live streaming a lot more next weekend. We're gonna be live streaming a lot more next weekend. I need to get more subscribers. I'm gonna get more subscribers. We're gonna be live streaming a lot more. No UFC next week Saturday, so it's gonna be weird. I don't really know what to do on Saturdays besides watch the UFC. No UFC next weekend, but from there onwards, man, from the following week onwards, for the next 2 months, the UFC are coming with just straight banger main events. The fight cards are insane. The prelims are insane, and it's gonna be an insane 2 months for the UFC. And I can only hope that November is gonna deliver. November and December are gonna deliver as well. But Until next time, guys, which is gonna be soon. I'm gonna have to end the live stream. It's been good. Um, it is Zar-Kombat. Like, subscribe, Zar-Kombat for your daily MMA news. Whatever's going on in MMA, I'm the first one to break the news to you guys. So Zar-Kombat, subscribe. Yeah, man. See you on the next live stream. See you on my videos that I post. Go check out my channel. Make sure you go check out my channel. Yeah, boys, it's been a fun fight card. It's gonna be it for me, man. It's gonna be it for me. It was a nice fight card in China. A nice fight card in China. No UFC next weekend, but from there onwards, it's gonna be a fun 2 months for us the fans. Crazy few months. John Cena enjoying his last time in Dublin Island as an active superstar. Yeah, boys. That's it for me. It's been fun. Um, yeah, man. Cheers.